You've all read by now that Canada should not have July 1st. Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto. Oh, it's going to hurt the Indigenous people to have celebrations on July the 1st. Until Melissa Mbaki wrote, and she's Indigenous, she said, most of the natives, Indigenous people in Canada love Canada Day. Well, Brian Lilley, he loves Canada Day, and he joins me right now because you've been writing about this, the fact that these councils and officials are trying to, all these non-Indigenous are saying, we're going to hurt people's feelings by having fireworks and celebrating. What crap?
Whose feelings are you going to hurt? Whose feelings?
But why are they projecting this? Why are they saying this?
Look, it's tends to be when you look at we've got to stop doing something because it will hurt this group,
right?
And it's normally a racialized group, a minority group of some sort. Well, who's saying that we're going to hurt that group? Normally, a white liberal.
Yeah,
that's always the problem.
White liberal government official.
A well-paid white liberal government official, and they come up with this idea, and they say, we have to stop this because this group will be offended. Then you go ask that group, and they say, what are you talking about? I'm not offended. I grew up in a neighborhood where if your parents didn't have an accent, you were the weird ones. And by the way, my parents had accents.
I know that feeling. To be a Newfie in Petrolia, no fun.
Well, the closest we had to native Canadians in my neighborhood were Newfies. And if you asked them, they weren't Canadians. They were from Newfoundland. And so, none of them thought that we should not be celebrating Canada Day. We're talking people from India, Kenya, Philippines, Lebanon, Poland, Croatia, Scotland. Everybody was like, it was the biggest party going. That's what I grew up with, and I think that's what most Canadians of immigrant background grew up with. And yet you've got white liberals who've been here, their settler colonial past goes back way more than mine, and they're saying, oh, we shouldn't celebrate this country. Why do you think we all came here?
Right, so you're absolutely right. I agree with you. I think most people watching will agree with you. But then how do we have this set of politics across Canada of people making these decisions, and they're stupid decisions?
Because we allow bureaucrats and lame-brained politicians to make decisions for us that they should never make without talking to the public. Because if you ask the average Canadian, they'd say, what, are you dumb?
Yeah, well, you can't say dumb. But I think you're entirely right, although I think it's time when ordinary people start saying, listen, give your head a shake and don't start speaking for me. Get out of your ivory tower and elect some good people into office.
Well, I think that would go for all levels of government everywhere in the country.
Brian Lilley, happy Canada Day. 3 minutes. Justin Trudeau is now on the record as saying that social media is destabilizing, and he wants to bring in censorship to determine what can be put on and not on social media. That is wrong. Please support this station. And please add your address so I can write you a letter and thank you for supporting freedom of speech.